Hey everybody, welcome back to the Energy Is All channel. Today we're going to dive deep into some seriously trippy territory, the 7 sacred stages of the soul. We're talking about the kind of stuff that's been whispered about in ancient traditions for centuries, man. The kind of stuff they don't want you to know about. Because here's the thing, once you understand the journey your soul is on, you start to question everything. You see through the matrix, man, and that's where the Codex Anime comes in. This thing is like the user manual for your soul, but the government, they don't want you to have it. They want to keep you in the dark, controlled and unaware of your true potential. We're going to break down each stage, talk about what it means and why it matters. Plus, I'm going to tell you how you can get your hands on a copy of the Codex Anime. So buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride. Alright, so the first stage is all about waking up. It's like you've been asleep your whole life, caught in this illusion, and then BAM! Something happens. Maybe it's a near-death experience, maybe it's a psychedelic trip, or maybe a loss of a child. Maybe it's just a random Tuesday and you suddenly realize there's got to be more to life than this 9-to-5 grind. This is when you start questioning everything you thought you knew. The world starts to look different, man. You start to see the cracks in the system. You realize that most people are just sleepwalking through life, plugged into this matrix of consumerism and conformity. And let me tell you, it can be a scary realization. It's like you're Neo in the Matrix and you just took the red pill. There's no going back. But here's the thing, it's also incredibly liberating. Because once you see the truth, you can't unsee it. You start to feel this pull towards something bigger than yourself, something more meaningful. You might start exploring different spiritual practices like meditation or yoga. You might start reading books about philosophy and ancient wisdom. You might even start seeing synchronicities everywhere, like the universe is trying to tell you something. This is your soul's way of saying, hey, wake up. There's more to life than this. It's a call to adventure, a call to discover your true purpose. And trust me, once you start down this path, there's no turning back. You're on the journey of a lifetime. So you've woken up, right? You've had your red pill moment. Now comes the hard part, purification. This is where you start to clean house, man. You're shedding old beliefs, negative thought patterns, and toxic relationships that no longer serve you. It's like you're going through a spiritual detox, purging all the crap that's been holding you back. And let me tell you, this stage can be messy. It's not always pretty. You might find yourself crying a lot, feeling angry or wanting to punch things. That's totally normal, man. You're releasing years, maybe even lifetimes of pent-up emotional baggage. Think of it like this. Imagine you've been carrying around a backpack your whole life, and every time something bad happens, you put a rock in the backpack. After a while, that backpack gets pretty damn heavy, right? That's what you're doing with your emotional baggage. You're carrying around all this heavy stuff from your past. But during the purification stage, you start to unpack that backpack. You start to examine each rock, each painful memory, and you decide whether you want to keep carrying it or not. And here's the thing, you don't have to carry it anymore. You can choose to let it go. This is where forgiveness comes in, not just forgiving others, but forgiving yourself too. It's about releasing the past and stepping into your power. Okay, so you've gone through the ringer, you've faced your demons, you've shed your old skin, now you're ready for stage 3 illumination. This is where things start to get really interesting, man. You're starting to see the world with new eyes. It's like someone just cranked up the contrast and saturation on your life. Everything is more vibrant, more alive. You're experiencing a heightened sense of awareness, a deeper connection to yourself and the world around you. This is where you start to tap into your intuition, your inner wisdom. You start to see the synchronicities, the patterns, the deeper meaning behind everything. It's like the universe is speaking directly to you, guiding you on your path. You may even start to experience psychic abilities like precognition or clairvoyance. Not everyone's going to be bending spoons with their minds, but you'll be surprised at the insights you start to receive. This stage is all about expanding your consciousness, breaking free from the limitations of your ego. You start to realize that you're not just this physical body, this limited personality. You're something much greater, something infinite and eternal. You're a spark of the divine, a piece of the universe experiencing itself. And that, my friends, is a powerful realization. All right, now we were getting to the really juicy stuff. Stage 4, the dark night of the soul. This is where things get real, man. This is the make or break point for a lot of people on the spiritual path, because the dark night of the soul is not for the faint of heart. This is where you face your deepest fears, your darkest shadows. It's a time of intense inner turmoil, a spiritual crisis that can rock you to your core. You might experience feelings of despair, hopelessness, even suicidal thoughts. You might feel like you're losing your mind, and you know what? You are. You're losing your old limited mind, the one that's based on fear and ego. This is a necessary part of the process, though. It's like a snake shedding its skin. The old skin has to come off before the new skin can grow. The dark night of the soul is about confronting the parts of yourself that you've been hiding from, the parts you've been ashamed of. It's about facing your demons head-on and integrating them into your being. Because here's the thing, your demons are not your enemy. They're just parts of yourself that have been wounded, that are crying out for love and acceptance. And once you can embrace your darkness, you can finally step into your light. Unity, we're all just part of the same cosmic soup. All right. If you've made it through the dark night of the soul, congratulations. You've been through the fire and come out the other side. Now you're ready for stage 5 unity. This is where things start to get really trippy, man, because you start to experience a profound sense of oneness, of interconnectedness with everything in the universe. You realize that we're all just part of the same cosmic soup, man. We're all connected, all one. You might have moments where you feel like you're merging with the universe, where the boundaries between you and everything else dissolve. It's a feeling of ultimate peace, love, and acceptance. You realize that there's no separation, no duality. There's just this infinite, interconnected web of energy. This is where you start to tap into the true power of the universe, man. Because when you realize that we're all connected, you realize that you have access to unlimited potential. You start to see the world as a reflection of yourself, and you start to understand that you have the power to create your own reality. Surrender, letting go of the control freak within. So you're feeling connected, you're tapped into the cosmic energy. Now it's time for stage 6. Surrender. This is where you let go, man. You surrender to the flow of life, to the wisdom of the universe. You stop trying to control everything and you just trust that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. This doesn't mean you become passive, like some kind of couch potato, just letting life happen to them. It's more about surrendering the need to control, the need to know all the answers. It's about trusting that there's a higher power, a divine intelligence that's guiding you on your journey. This can be a tough one for a lot of people, especially in our Western culture where we're all about individual achievement and striving for success. But surrendering to something bigger than yourself is one of the most liberating things you can do. It's about releasing the struggle, the resistance, and allowing yourself to be carried by the current of life. It's about trusting that everything is happening for your highest good, even if you don't understand it at the time. This is where you find true peace, man, in the surrender. Service, it's not all about you, bro. All right, you've made it to the final stage, service. This is where you take all that wisdom, all that love, all that energy you've cultivated, and you put it out into the world. You realize that your life is not just about you, it's about using your unique gifts and talents to make a difference in the world. This could mean anything, man. Maybe you're called to be a teacher, a healer, an artist, an activist. Maybe you're meant to be a parent, a friend, a mentor. The point is, you're here to serve something greater than yourself. You're here to leave the world a better place than you found it. This is where you find true fulfillment, man. In the act of giving back, of sharing your light with others. It's about recognizing that we're all in this together and that we all have something unique and valuable to offer. So go out there and shine your light, man. The world needs what you have to offer. Keep seeking, keep questioning, and there you have it, the 7 sacred stages the soul goes through. It's a wild ride, man, full of ups and downs, twists and turns. But it's the journey we're all on, whether we realize it or not. And the thing is, it's not a linear path. You might find yourself cycling through these stages multiple times throughout your life. That's totally normal. The important thing is to just keep evolving, keep growing, keep seeking. But what about the Codex Anime? This mysterious book, whispered about in ancient texts, is like a roadmap to navigating these stages. Some say it holds the key to unlocking hidden potential within us. And you know what? The government, they don't want you to see it. They want to keep this knowledge suppressed, hidden away, but we're not going to let them. To get a copy of the Codex Anime and start your own journey of self-discovery, check out the link in the description below. And don't forget to subscribe to the Energy Is All channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more mind-blowing content. Stay curious out there, folks.